I would say, yeah, there's a couple of factors you definitely want to keep in mind. First, know your audience. What kind of background do they have? How much do they already know about the topic? Number two, I would say reliability of the data and information you're using. You really want to rely on impartial, credible sources like CBO, like CRS, things like that to make your point. I think you're generally safer with stuff from already trusted names or an academic institution you're probably pretty safe with. But once you start getting into things that are on different, have very obvious policy perspectives with think tanks, sometimes they have a very clear agenda. It's really important to marshal, robust data to support your argument. Your argument is just going to be words unless you have something to back it up. And then it comes down to how you present it. So presenting it in a way that is compelling to the audience. So I would say a mix of visuals and text. I think another thing that's really essential too is having a key takeaway from each slide that you're producing, right? Having a key kind of top line message, what we call a teaching point that we always try and do in our slides, kind of right at the top. And if you're using a longer deck, I think with a presentation, it's really important to maintain kind of narrative consistency across it as well. So, you've got a point on that slide, but it's also part of the broader message that you're trying to convey across the 10 slides or 12 slides or whatever it is. So making sure that each slide is comprehensible by itself and has a clear purpose, but that it also fits into that broader narrative structure across the bigger deck. I think one of the best things to do is just kind of map it out before you start. This is what I want to convey. These are probably the ingredients necessary in that. But then you also need to think about where are they going? What's the kind of logical way for them to progress from A to B to C to D? Make sure that the deck reflects that. So not only are you making all the individual kind of sub-arguments that you need to make, but they go together in a way that makes sense. This is something we're doing all day, every day, right? So we have quite a lot of experience in it, and we're producing quite a lot of already kind of off-the-shelf content on all of the big issues that people are talking about. So if you're in DC and you're thinking about tax reform, if you're thinking about what's going on with healthcare, if you're thinking about any of these big issues, we've got ready-made, regularly updated content that we're producing on that. We can also put together more detailed, custom stuff based on the specific needs of your organization. So that's where we would really kind of dig in and kind of lay out exactly what you're trying to convey, and then work with our resources to achieve that.